Good evening, and welcome to Sports Line Radio. My name is Dave, the MeatMan Scandaliato, and I am broadcasting live from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, the sports and gaming capital of the United States of America. And you are listening to this program right here on 910 AM WUBR. CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. You can also listen live at the PelicanSportsTV.com website, PelicanSportsTV.com, or, hey, just like the MeatMan does on the 910 AM WUBR CBS Sports Radio app. Go to the App Store, look up 910 AM WUBR, and put it on your phone, man. It's great. You hit the button and you get everything that 910 AM WUBR CBS Sports Radio Baton Rouge plays. You get it all. And I like that, man. They got some good stuff. Jordy Holberg in the morning. You got Buddy Songe in the afternoon. You got Tommy Krysan. You're looking for LSU information, man. I mean, it's right here. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have you there as we get ready for a huge weekend of football and horse racing. We got the Breeders' Cup coming up today. Actually, they ran a few races, and of course tomorrow they run a bunch of races, including the Classic. So between that and the pro football on Sunday, and man, I tell you, there's just a lot of stuff. If you like to gamble, if you like to gamble, I can tell you right now that this is a good weekend right here, and we're doing all right here on the program. We're doing all right. We're hanging in there. We're 30, 22, and 1 here on the show. 30, 22, and 1. We went 4 and 3 last week. We got our teaser. A teaser, New Orleans Saints down and the New England Patriots down, and we were able to get that. So 30 wins. The teaser just counts for 1 win, not 2. You give out 2 picks for the teaser, so 30 wins, 22 losses, 1 tie. I know for a fact this week I got 1, 2, 3. I got at least 4 picks. I probably got 5. and then I'm going to give you the pick for the Breeders' Cup, for the Breeders' Cup Classic. So we got a lot of stuff that we need to cover today. So let's get this thing going here. And before we do, I just, as always, I want to quickly remind everybody that the following information is to be used as news material only, and is not intended to violate any state, federal, or local laws. All right, let's start the show out with obviously the game that we're all going to be watching. And some of us will even be betting it's a game 4-13, 4-14. The LSU Tigers. They're going on the road to play the Alabama Crimson Tide. The line on this game at Chris Bookmaker, which is where the line originates, they opened it at 20. 20 points, and the over-under, they opened it at 50. 20 and 50. And they're currently dealing 21 and 48.5. And I just can't stop thinking of last year when the score was 0-0 at the end of 3 quarters. I know it was last year, because obviously, the line opened 20, they pushed it to 21. So obviously, whoever had the early money, they're thinking differently here, because the line goes up a point, and the total goes down 1.5 points from 50 to 48.5. But man, I remember it being 0-0. I had LSU plus a 7, That was a tough loss, man. I had the home team. It was 0-0. I'm getting a touchdown. I wasn't counting my money because you never count your money when you just win it by a touchdown. I mean, like, I'll be the first guy to admit that. But, man, I tell you. But what meant to be? What meant to be? Alabama scored the 10 points in the fourth quarter. Jalen Hurts hit that 21-yard run. Broken play. Some kind of way LSU had the defense on lockdown, but some kind of way nobody was watching the quarterback, and he ran it in for a touchdown. But LSU was getting 7-8. A year before that, they played in Alabama. The Crimson Tide was a 7.5-point favorite. Alabama won the game 30-16. And, of course, a year before that, Alabama beat LSU in Tiger Stadium 20-13. Some people got 6.5 in that game. Some people got 7. It all depends on where you did your shopping. Alabama, (4-0) straight up against LSU the last 4 times they played them, and 3-0-1 or 4-0 against the spread the last 4 times that they played them. So LSU's got their work cut out for them. There's no doubt about it. But, man, 21 points, a lot of points. 21 points, a lot of points, man. I'm getting LSU. I'm getting a hot LSU team. Of course, Alabama's hot. They're always hot. They lost their last game, obviously, to the Clemson Tigers, 35-31. I mean, this is easily the best team that Alabama's played all year. I mean, the Crimson Tide, they played Florida State. I mean, that was a tough game, but, you know, the quarterback got hurt, and, I mean, Florida State's junk right now. I mean, they're junk. I mean, that win against Florida State is going to not help Alabama at all as far as strength of schedule and all that. I mean, so then they play Colorado State, and they played Vanderbilt. They beat Vanderbilt 59-0 at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt was running their mouth, telling them how they were going to beat Alabama. Alabama went there beat them 59-0. 59-0. They were only a 19.5-point favorite in that game. 59 to Nathan. Then they beat Ole Miss, the Rebels, 66-3. Then they go to Texas A&M. They're a 25-point favorite at Texas A&M. They win the game 27-19. So they had a little tight game right there. And in the last 2 games at home, Alabama's a 37-point favorite against Arkansas. They win 41-9. And they're a 36-point favorite at home against Tennessee, and they win 45-7. But that shows you right there the respect LSU's getting. That shows you right there the respect that the Tigers are getting. Alabama is on absolute fire right now. They're on absolute fire. You say whatever you want. They're on absolute fire right now. They've been favored by 36 and 37 at home. Then they went on the road to Texas A&M. They were favored by 25. Then at home against Ole Miss, they were favored by 30. So for LSU to only be getting 21, that's pretty good. I mean, that's 2 touchdowns less than Tennessee and Arkansas got. I like LSU here, man. LSU, they've done well in the revenge games this year. They got their revenge on the Florida Gators. They got their revenge on the Auburn Tigers. Ed Orgeron, he went to Ole Miss. He beat his old team, the Rebels. LSU beat him up pretty good. And that quarterback that was throwing for 300-something yards a game shut him down. So LSU has been doing what they need to do, which is called taking care of business, okay? It's called taking care of business, okay? That's what it's called. Something Alabama does all the time. But lately, LSU's been taking care of business. How they lost to Troy, I still haven't been able to figure that out, especially when Troy loses to South Alabama at home the following week. I mean, it even makes the mystery even more baffling. How you lost to Troy. That loss to Troy could come back and haunt the Tigers, man. That loss to Troy could come back and haunt the LSU Tigers, man. That loss to Mississippi State, that might not be that big of a deal, but man, that loss to Troy. Boy. But I tell you what, man, LSU can shake up the college football world with a win on Saturday at Alabama. The Tigers, they can shake the whole thing up. Now what do you do? What do you do with this 2-loss LSU team that beats the Alabama Crimson Tide and is 3 wins away from a date with the Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC championship game? LSU wins all them games, and then you're not going to have them in the Final Four. I mean, wow. But, I mean, hey, that could very well happen. I can tell you that right now. That could very well happen, because LSU's got a long way to climb. They got to hop a bunch of teams. It's easy to hop teams when the other team loses, but, man, it's hard to hop a team when they win and you win. That's why I'm going to talk a little bit later about one of the football games, Ohio State and Iowa. The Buckeyes, they're like a 17-point favorite on the road against the Hawkeyes. Why? They could be a style point situation. Alabama don't need no style points. They don't need any style points. That's another reason I like the LSU Tigers this week. By the way, I got my LSU shirt on. Got my LSU shirt on. A guy named Joe, Mr. Joe. He gave me a shirt. He said, would you wear the LSU shirt before the Alabama game? I said, if the Tigers control their destiny, when they go to play the Crimson Tide, I'll put the shirt on. I got it on. I normally got my payafteryouvin.com shirt on. I got my LSU shirt on now. I have it on tonight. I'll wear it tomorrow. Wear it tomorrow to go watch the game. Hopefully it's a good game, man. I mean, believe me, nothing better than being in a sports book, watching a ball game with some money on the thing, drinking beer, and having a good time. And now you can legally smoke weed before you go do that. I mean, can you imagine this? And when you get home. And if you run out, you go to the store and buy some. It's the most fascinating thing you've ever seen in your life. You can bet on football like it's nothing around here, like it's nothing. Like going to take a leak. It's nothing. Now you can go in a store and buy all the weed you want. You want some weed lollipops. You want some gummy bears. You want this. You want that. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely fascinating. So, hey, I mean, look, I'm looking forward for a good day tomorrow, man. And hopefully the way I'm going to end my day is with a big victory with the LSU Tigers. I'm taking them plus the points. You know, I like to use widely available lines here on the program, so I'm not going to cheat and say, give me LSU plus the 21.5. Most places have 21. That's what we're going to settle into. We're going to take the 21. My first pick on the show today. Give me the LSU Tigers on the road, plus the 21 points against the Alabama Crimson Tide. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a break, and when we come back from the break, I'm going to spend like 8-9 minutes talking about the Breeders' Cup Classic. Then we're going to take another break, and we're going to go back to talking football, because I got a couple of games going on Saturday that I literally love. I mean, love more than life itself. And I want you to love them with me, brother. You can love them with me. I mean, look, I got some games going on Saturday, and I got one going on Sunday that I really like, man. And right now the record, 30 wins, 22 losses, and 1 tie. We're making money. I mean, look, the bottom line, if you bet every pick that I've given you here on the program since we started for 110 to win 100, you're $580. Most people are getting crushed. Absolutely crushed by now. But, hey, look, it's a grind, man. We're trying to make $1,000 profit. Trying to make a $100 player, $1,000 in profit. Basically 10 units. 1 unit a game. You notice we don't have no 3 unit and 5 unit and 10 unit plays and all that nonsense. Nah, the MeatMan, it's 1 unit at a time, Cap. So 30 wins, 22 losses, 1 push. The record on the season, I've already given you 1 pick today, the LSU Tigers plus the 21. We're going to take a break. I'm going to come back, give you the play in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Then I'm going to give you at least 3 more football games against the spread. Don't touch that dial, Cap. You are listening to Sportsline with the MeatMan, Dave Scandaliato, coming at you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. And we're doing it all right here on 910 AM WUBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. Give me an extra minute. Can you give me an extra minute? We're taking the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes plus 15. And then tomorrow, go ahead. And then tomorrow, I know we're going with the North Carolina State WOLFPACK plus the 8. And we're going to take the LSU Tigers plus the 21. And I looked, there was a lot of games. And, I mean, you know, once you get in the Cavaliers, I mean, you can just bet against them and make all the money you want. You know, I looked and I really didn't see anything, and I'm looking again here because I'm doing the show. I'm in a commercial break. And, no, I don't have anything, unfortunately. I'll talk to you tomorrow. You guys appreciate it. Thank you. Now I can hear you. You got to turn the volume on, Don. There's a button you hit, you turn it. I'm just playing. Just playing. Having a good time. Now I can't hear you. I could hear you for a second, but now I can't hear you. No. I heard you for like 2 or 3 seconds, and then that was it. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. Yes. You can hear me? All right. Well, that's good. Well, right. But I like to be like, right. Well, you know, I just hate doing it over the phone. So I got to go up or down. All right. And welcome back to Sportsline Radio. We're here every Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., 910 a.m. WUBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. And what we do is we talk gambling. That's right. Yeah, I'm a church-going guy. Yeah, I went to church on All Saints Day. Yeah, I went and volunteered as an usher at the church. I was there on Sunday. I'm going to be there this Sunday. Well, that's all right. I'm going to gamble. I'm a gambler. Bottom line, and, look, in the old days, people shied away from talking about picking games against the spread. Not the MeatMan. I said, you know what? This is stupid. We're all hiding the fact. We all do it. We all like talking about the point spread. It's in the newspaper. We all know what the numbers are. We ought to be able to talk about it. I started doing some radio back then. People were like, man, you're nuts. You're nuts, man. You're talking about picking games against the point spread. What's the matter with you? I said, come on, Cap. So that's what we do every Friday. Tell your friends, tell your family. 9, 10 a.m. WUBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time. Of course, you can listen live at PelicanSportsTV.com, not PelicanSports.tv, PelicanSportsTV.com. Pelican Sports also has a television station. They got a radio station. They got a television station. Now, when I went and applied, they said, look, you look a lot better on a radio, MeatMan, so we're going to put you on a radio. I said, well, all right, if that's what you want to do. Yeah, they said I look better on the radio. I haven't been able to figure out what that means yet, but it's all right. 30 wins, 22 losses, and 1 tie. That's all I care about, Cap. Money. Winning money, Cap. It's all about getting in that no-good, filthy bookie's wallet, because the last 2 weeks I've gotten in his wallet. Not much. Not much, but he hasn't gotten anything from me in the last 3 weeks. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I win this weekend, it'll be a month since he's gotten something from me. And before he got that little something from me, I was beating that boy like a drum. Like a drum. So now don't forget, we YouTube the program. I tape the show, put it up on YouTube. You can watch the rebroadcast. You ought to become friends with the MeatMan on Facebook. Dave Scandaliato, DAVESCANDALIATO, because get a lot of good information about betting the games on my Facebook page. When we record the show, we put it up there on YouTube. It shows up in the Google search engine, so don't forget, if you can't listen live to Sportsline Radio, you can always watch the rebroadcast on YouTube. And most of the content that we talk about is for Saturday and Sunday. That way you're not listening to stuff that's old news. When you listen or watch the rebroadcast on Friday night or early Saturday, all the information that you're going to get is fresh. And I like that about Sportsline Radio. All right, now obviously the Breeders' Cup Classic is going on a Saturday. So we're going to take a few minutes out of the program today to talk about it. It's a $6 million race. $6 million race. 60% goes to the owner, so the winning owner gets $3.6 million. They're going a mile and a quarter. Going a mile and a quarter. It's going to be a good race. Good race. Bob Baffert's got 4 horses in the race. He's got 4 horses. I think there's a total of 11. I'm not sure. I guess we're just going to count them down right now, and I'm going to give you the pick. After I count them down. You're going to like this. This is going to be really interesting. If you're going to bet this race, because remember, it's going to be on national TV tomorrow. This is a big deal. Tomorrow. It's going to be on national TV. You're going to hear a lot about it. You're going to read a lot about it the next 12, 13, 14, 15, 20 hours. So this is a big deal right here. Post time is 5:35 Pacific time. That's 8:35 Eastern time. 7:35 Central time in Baton Rouge. So this is a late start. This is wow. We got like 26 hours before the race. But when you got horses running for $12 million or $6 million in this case, it's race 12. That's where I got the 12 from. It is race 12 at Del Mar. The purse is $6 million. And the one horse is Arrogate. Arrogate won the Breeders' Cup Classic last year. He beat California Chrome It was a heck of a race. It was a heck of a race. And Arrogate, he's won $17 million so far in his career. He won this big race in Dubai, this $10 million race in Dubai. And because of that, his winnings they're through the roof. They're through the roof. But his last two starts at Del Mar, not too good. He ran fourth in the San Diego handicap. He was 5 cents on a dollar. He went up at 1-20. 1-20. And he finished fourth, 15 lengths from the front. Then he ran in the Pacific Classic. He ran second. He went up at 70 cents on a dollar, 7-10. And he ran second. So he's lost 2 times in a row at Del Mar, and that's where this race is going to be, at Del Mar. Bob Babbitt's the trainer. Mike Smith is the jockeys. 2-1 on the morning line, Arrogate. This was the lock of the year for him to be horse of the year when he won the Pegasus Stakes or the Pegasus World Cup or whatever it was called. When Arrogate won that, he was on a clear path to be horse of the year, but 2 straight losses. He lost to a horse named Collected, who is running in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Arrogate's a good horse, man. He's been a good story. 2-1 in the morning line, but the MeatMan's going to pass. The number 2 horse is War Decree, 30-1 in the morning line. Aidan O'Brien is the trainer. Hofferman is the jockey. Not going to waste any time talking about this horse. Not much here. Runs on the turf. Never run on a dirt track. If he wins, God bless him. But not for me. The 3 win the space. 30-1 in the morning line. Joe Talamo in the saddle. George Papara Madumra. Papa Rod Ramo. He's 30-1 in the morning line. I'll learn how to say his name if he wins the race. Note to self, if the 3 horse wins the Breeders' Cup Classic, learn the last name of the trainer. But he ain't going to win it, I can tell you that right now. He don't like Del Mar. He's run 3 times at Del Mar. He's got 1/3. Got a third. Last time he ran at Del Mar, he ran in an $81,000 stakes race. And he finished 5th. 5th. $81,000. They're running for $6 million. $6 million on Saturday. And on August 23rd, 2017, he was running for $81,000. He ran 5th. Good luck. Good luck. The 4 horses war story. 30-1. Jose Ortiz in the saddle. Jorge Navarro. Over won at Del Mar. Yeah, he won to Brooklyn at Belmont. Grade 2, 3 races back, but last 2 times out, both grade 1s, the Whitney and the Woodford. Back-to-back 4ths. Lost both races by 13 lengths. That's pretty unbelievable. Both times the Gun Runner, who is shaping up to be a real good horse. MeatMan's going to pass on the 4. The 5 horse is Gun Runner. The Gun Runner's been on absolute fire. He's 9-5 on the morning line. Guru is the jockey. That's the leading jockey at the fairgrounds. Taking over Robbie Alvarado's spot. And Guru has been on absolute fire with this horse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight wins. Did run second in that Dubai World Cup, so not 6 straight wins, but I guess that would be 5 out of 6 straight wins. And that one race, once again, outside the country. Wins at Churchill Downs, wins at Oak Lawn Park, Churchill Downs, Saratoga. The last 2 races for Gun Runner ran 112 buy-a figure and 115 buy-a figure. Went up at 60 cents on a dollar, winning the Whitney, Went over 35 cents on the dollar, winning the Woodward. Both at Saratoga. Steve Asmussen's a trainer. 9-5 on the money line. 9-5 on the morning line. This horse looks great. He looks great. But I'm gonna bet somebody else. I'm gonna bet somebody else. This is a fantastic horse. I mean, he's won $3.6 million this year. He's won $5.6 million in his career. But we're going elsewhere. The 6 horse Mubtadij, Mubtaahij. Van Dyke is the jockey. Bob Baffert is the trainer. This is a pretty decent horse. It's owned by the Sheikh Muhammad. 12-1 in the morning line. Just won a grade 1 race out at Santa Anita at 3-1. Due to time restraints, I'm going to pass. The 7 horse is Churchill. Moore is the jockey. Aidan O'Brien, again, the trainer. He's got 2 in here. 15-1 in the morning line for the 7. And, this horse runs a lot in Ireland. He's an Ireland horse, just like the 6 horse. So, he runs overseas a lot, and I'm not really a big overseas guy when it comes to these kind of races and all that. A lot of the stuff is on the turf. This horse is 7 Churchill. He's never run on a dirt fast track. He's never run on a regular track anywhere. So obviously the MeatMan's going to pass. The 8 horse West Coast, 6-1 in the morning line. J.J. Castellano, the jockey. Bob Baffert, the trainer. West Coast has been on absolute fire. He's won 5 straight. This is a dangerous looking horse right here at 6-1 in the morning line. 8 races in 2017. He's won 6. 2 seconds. He's won $1.5 million. He won the Travers. He won the Pennsylvania Derby. 108 buy figure in the Travers, 107 buy figure in the Pennsylvania Derby. Loses Mike Smith as regular rider. 6-1 in the morning line. Horse is extremely dangerous. But I'm going elsewhere. The 9, Gunnevera. Antonio Sano, the trainer. Zayas, the jockey, 30-1 in the morning line. This horse, he's not a bad horse. He ran in the Kentucky Derby, ran in the Preakness, ran in the Florida Derby. He ran in a lot of good 3-year-old races, and look, he's a good horse. I mean, he's made $736,000 this year, but man, not Saturday, not in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Another race, another day, another time. Just not interested in 30-1 in the morning line. That seems to be about the right price for the 9, Gunnevera. The 10 is Havel. 20-1 in the morning line. Mario Gutierrez in the saddle. Doug Drug O'Neill, the trainer. And this horse only run 4 times in his life. Broke maiden the first time out. And ran in a Jim Dandy. Ran 4th. Then he won the Smarty Jones. And then he actually ran in the Jockey Gold Cup, a grade 1 for 3-year-olds and up over at Belmont. Ran a good race. Ran 3rd. 3 1/4 lengths in the front. Went over at 4-1. I like a horse with a little more experience than this one right here. This is a pass. So there's 11 horses in the race. I passed on the last 10, the first 10. And how fitting, this is the one we're going to pick right here, the 11. Collected. And you talk about a horse that's been on absolute fire. He's won 4 in a row for Bob Baffert. Mario Garcia. Or Martin Garcia. Bob Baffert's the trainer. 6-1 in the morning line. Look, this horse is going to run big tomorrow, brother. This horse is going to run big. He's 4 years old. A lot of the horses running in this race are 3 years old. He beat Arrogate last time. This is the horse that beat Arrogate in the Pacific Classic last time. And the last 4 races since the layoff for Collected, he's run a 101 by a figure, a 104 by a figure, 111 by a figure, and a 115 by a figure. All of these races were in 2017. All of the races were against older horses. And I don't know what the heck Bob Baffert did to this horse, because as a 3-year-old, I mean, he won, but he really wasn't that good. I mean, he never ran anything over a 90 by a figure, but they laid the horse up May 21st, 2016, after the Preakness. We ran 10th, 22 lengths from the front, and here it is a year later. The horse comes back April 1st, April Fool's Day, and he wins a little stakes race out at Santa Anita, and then he wins a Grade 2 Californian race, and then he wins another race, and man, I tell you, I mean, this horse ready to explode. This horse ready to explode. He's 1 for 1 at Del Mar. He has a, let's see, boom, ba, doom, ba. Does that count? It ought to count. Yeah, well, he's 1 for 1 at Del Mar. He won once on the turf at Del Mar, but that don't count. This a dirt race right here. He's got a win and a second on the turf, but he's 1 for 1 on Del Mar's main track, which was the Pacific Classic. This is just a good horse, man. This horse wasn't much of a 3-year-old, but he's turning out to be a hell of a 4-year-old. And let's take Collected, the 11 horse. In race number 12 tomorrow at Del Mar, the Breeders' Cup Classic, 12-11. We'll go with Collected, 12-11. And we're going to bet this horse across the board, win, place, and show. 6-1 on the morning line. All these good horses in the race. Make sure you bet across the board, because, you know, if he runs third, you'll at least get your money back. He runs second, we'll make a decent profit. And at 6-1, if he wins the race, we're all going to party on Saturday night. So, race 12 tomorrow at Del Mar, the Breeders' Cup Classic. Give me the 11 horse, Collected. Win, place, and show. All right, we got to take a break. We're going to take one more quick commercial break, and when we come back, I am going to give you 2 college football games, and I'm going to give you 1 NFL game for Sunday. I've already given you the LSU Tigers plus the 21 points on Saturday against the Alabama Crimson Tide. My record going into this week, 30 wins, 22 losses, and 1 tie. And we're looking to make more money this weekend. So don't touch it down, Cap. You're listening to Sportsline Radio with the MeatMan, Dave Scandaliato, coming at you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. And we're doing it all right here on 910 AM WUBR. CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. All right, can we make this a quick break? Yeah, make it quicker. Can you do that? I like that. That's what I like about 910 AM WUBR. CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. I like that about this place. Yes, sir. All right. And welcome back to Sportsline Radio. Just remember, every Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time, we get together here on the radio and talk about upcoming gambling events, upcoming sporting events that you can gamble on right here on 9:10 a.m. WUBR CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. That's right, we pick football games against the spread. Yes, we talk a little horse racing when there's a big race, stuff like that, but mostly we're picking football and basketball games against the number. And every Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time, 9:10 a.m. WUBR CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. You can always listen live at PelicanSportsTV.com, PelicanSportsTV.com. You can always download the 9:10 a.m. WUBR app. Just go to the App Store, put in WUBR 9:10 a.m. and boom, I'm sure it'll take you right there. Download the app just like I did. That way it's on your phone 24/7, 365. Anytime I want to listen to Holberg or Sanji or Chrysan or the franchise, look, I'm just one push away from the old smartphone on my iPhone, the Android, whatever the heck you got, Cap. We all got one of them. We all got one of them. So I'm glad to be here, glad to have you there. Let's go ahead and pick a couple of football games against the spread. I've already given you the LSU Tigers plus the 21 points against the Alabama Crimson Tide. My second game is going to be game 325, 326. I'm going to take the NC State Wolfpack plus the 8 against the Clemson Tigers. The game opened 7. Some places have 7.5. Some places got 8. The total opened 51.5, and it's pretty much holding steady there. 51. They got some 50.5s out there. Hey, look, the bottom line is this. These two teams met last year, like they do all the time. And NC State got the ball late in the game. They drove it all the way down to the Clemson 20-yard line, 18-yard line. And on the last play of the game, they were going to kick a field goal and pull a major upset in college football. They were going to pull the big upset of the year, man. The Clemson Tigers were a 20-point favorite in that game. And the bottom line is he missed the field goal. He missed it. He missed the field goal. He missed it. He missed it. He missed it. So they go to overtime. When they go to overtime, Clemson scores a touchdown, and NC State is unable to answer back. And Clemson won a game they should have never won. Clemson, if they would have lost that game to North Carolina State, they would not be defending national champions. They wouldn't be defending national champions. They wouldn't be the champions that they are. And, man, I think that's got to leave a bitter taste in those guys at NC State's mouth, man. The Wolfpack, they had that game. 30-something yard field goal, man. You ought to be able to make that. I don't care if it's on the road, where it is, man. You ought to be able to make it. So now they're going to play this year at NC State, and I just think the Wolfpack are going to be ready. I think the Wolfpack are going to be hungry, brother. I just believe that. And they're coming off that road loss at Notre Dame when they lost 35-14. And in that game at Notre Dame, the Crimson Tide were just a 7-point favorite. Not the Crimson Tide, you dumb idiot. The Fighting Irish. The Crimson Tide is Alabama. I know that. The Fighting Irish were just a 7-point favorite. So Notre Dame was just a 7-point favorite at home against the NC State Wolfpack. Now NC State's getting 7 points at home against the Clemson Tigers. I just think it's too much. I think it's too much. I mean, let's be brutally honest. I mean, After losing the opening week of the season to the South Carolina Gamecocks, NC State, the Wolfpack, have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. They're 4-0 their last 4 at home, including beating teams like Louisville, who, I know the Cardinals have been very beatable this year. They did beat the Syracuse Horns. I mean, they only won by 8 points, a 14-point favorite, but the same Syracuse Horns team, that's who beat the Clemson Tigers a couple of weeks ago. So I think it's a good spot for NC State. I think they got that bad taste in their mouth from last year when they missed the field goal on the last play of the game to win at Clemson. And now I think you got a revenge spot here. I just think NC State's going to want this game like a guy in a hospital needs blood. I'm getting 8 points. I'm getting over a touchdown. I really like that. I like the way NC State's been playing. I mean, before the loss to Notre Dame, they scored 37, 49, 27, 33, 39, and 35. So the NC State offense has definitely been clicking. I like the Wolfpack in a spot, plus the 8 points on Saturday. So, all right, that'll be my second play. I gave you the LSU Tigers plus the 21 on the road against the Alabama Crimson Tide, and I'm giving you the NC State Wolfpack plus the 8 points at home against the Clemson Tigers. So that's 2 plays so far. Let's get to the third pick here. It's game 335, 336. You got the Ohio State Buckeyes. They are going on the road to play the Iowa Hawkeyes. Ohio State's an 18-point favorite. The total is 52. The line on this game opened Ohio State 17 and 54. So you got a 1-point move on the line. You got a 1.5 movement on the total. Actually, bookmaker Chris, where the line originates, he got it down to 52. So you got a 2-point movement on the total. And, man, I think you got to take Iowa here. I think you got to take the Hawkeyes. I mean, look, the reason the spread on this game is so high, Ohio State, they need style points. They might be ranked number 3 in the country, but not in the Final Four poll. They're on the outside looking in. And the way you move up that ladder is you want to try to blow teams out. You want to try to blow them out. And I think that's why the line's so high. But this line's a little too high. Let's be brutally honest here. I mean, the Iowa Hawkeyes at home this year, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. This year, at home, the Iowa Hawkeyes, they're 4-1. They got 1 loss at home. They lost 21-19 to the Penn State Nittany Lions as a 13-point underdog. They lost the game by 2 points. And now Ohio State's going to give Iowa 5 points more than Penn State did. I don't think the Buckeyes are any better than the Nittany Lions. I mean, they just played last week. Couldn't have been any closer. I mean, the Penn State, they blew that. I mean, the Nittany Lions, they blew it. They blew it. I mean, the Ohio State Buckeyes, they were beat. So you got a team, Ohio State, coming off a monster emotional win, which was a must-win, by the way, on Saturday at home against Penn State. Now they got to go on the road, play a team who is 4-1 at home this year. The 1 loss being by 2 points to the Penn State Nittany Lions, and you're an 18-point favorite? I just don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that's right. I think Iowa getting the big points here is the right thing to do. The last time they played in Iowa, Ohio State beat them 20-17. So, they play close games. The last 3 times that they played. Now, the problem is they don't play a lot. They haven't played since 2013, so you really don't have much to go on. But the last 3 times that they played, Ohio State won by 3, Ohio State won by 3, and Ohio State won by 10. Now, granted, like I said, they don't play a lot, and that's from 2009, 2010, 2013. I just think it's too many points. I think it's too many points. I think the line is way inflated here because they know they're going to get a lot of Ohio State money. They know they're going to get a lot of teaser money on the Buckeyes. I just think that taking Iowa at home plus the 18 points is the way to go. And that's what we're going to do. My third pick for the program today, give me the Hawkeyes at home plus the 18 points. I'll take the Iowa Hawkeyes plus the 18 points at home on Saturday against the Ohio State Buckeyes. All right, so we got 3 plays now. I'm giving you the LSU Tigers plus the 21. I'm giving you the Iowa Hawkeyes plus the 18. I'm giving you the NC State Wolfpack plus the 8. I'm going to put another play up at payafteryouwin.com for college football right after the program. Get a free play at payafteryouwin.com, 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 or get this pick by calling me toll free, 1-833-MEATMAN. 1-833-MEATMAN, 1-833-MEATMAN. I got another college pick that I wanted to give out on the program, but we're not going to have enough time because I want to go ahead in the pros and give out game 459, 460. The Atlanta Falcons going on the road to play the Carolina Panthers. Right now the spread's 2. The Atlanta Falcons are a 2-point road favorite against the Carolina Panthers. And I'm taking the Panthers here, man. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers. This is a big game right here because both of these teams are chasing the New Orleans Saints. And New Orleans is at home this week. The Saints are a 7-point favorite against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So most people are expecting the Saints to win the game. To win the game and go to 6-2. On the season, and that means, hey, look, the loser of this Atlanta Falcons-Carolina Panthers game, they're going to be in kind of trouble. Look, I've been betting against the Atlanta Falcons all year. I made money with them last week betting against them. Yeah, I got lucky. I had the New York Jets plus 6. Atlanta won the game by 5. But the bottom line is the Atlanta Falcons, they're 2-5. 2-5 this year against the point spread. They've lost 4 straight against the number. Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers are playing good football right now. Last week, they won on the road at Tampa Bay, 17-3, snapping a 2-game losing streak. Carolina Panthers at home, getting points against an Atlanta Falcons football team that's highly overrated. The last 2 teams that went to the Super Bowl from the NFC, they're going to go at it on Sunday in kind of an elimination game halfway through the season. I'm going to give the advantage of the Carolina Panthers at home plus the 2 points. All right, so there you go. 1 play in the pros, the Carolina Panthers plus the 2 points. And then 3 plays in college football, the LSU Tigers plus the 21. We're going to take the NC State Wolfpack plus the 8. We're going to take the Iowa Hawkeyes plus the 18 points. So you got 4 football picks. I also gave you collected number 11 in the 2017 Breeders' Cup Classic. It's race number 12 at Del Mar. On Saturday, $6 million purse, $3.6 million to the winner. I'm taking the 11 horse collected across the board, win, place, and show. Race 12 at Del Mar on Saturday, the Breeders' Cup Classic. We'll take the 11 horse collected with Martin Garcia in the saddle, Bob Baffert, the trainer, 6-1 on the morning line. What a great price on this horse. All right, man, that is going to wrap it up for this edition of Sportsline Radio. Don't forget, you want more free picks? Give me a call. Talk directly with me, Dave Scandaliato, 1-833-MeatMan. 1-833-MEATMAN, 1-833-MeatMan. If you think the plays on the show are doing good, 30 wins, 22 losses, and 1 tie, you ought to see the games that I got that we don't give out here on the show. Hey, look, if you don't win, you don't pay, man. It's as simple as that. I only get money once you start making money. Give me a call. Talk directly with me. 1-833-MeatMan, 1-833-MEATMAN, 1-833-MeatMan. Don't forget, get that free play every day at the new Sports Forum message board at payafteryouwin.com, www.payafteryouwin.com, payafteryouwin.com. Ken Trahan's original prep football report coming up next, so don't touch that dial. Want to thank my man Don back in the studios. Another smooth day on the radio. My man TK, who helped me get the intern spot here at Pelican Sports Radio. And, of course, my man Alan, who gave me a shot and put me in the game. Don't forget to bet with your head, not over it. Money management is the key to turning a profit. Betting sports. My name is always Dave, the MeatMan Scandaliato. I'll see you in 167 hours right here on Sportsline. All right. Thank you, sir. I know you're a busy man, so enjoy your weekend. Not sure. I got a buddy that he's coming in town, and I don't know where we're going to go, but we're going to go at least watch half of it, see what happens at halftime. I mean, they lose at 28-0 at halftime. I mean, I'm leaving, you know. But maybe it'll be a game. You never know, man. You never know. LSU, you never know, man. You never know what the Tigers are going to do, man. So, very mysterious. You got it. I'll see you next week, Don. Thank you. All right. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of Sportsline Radio. I got my LSU shirt on, man. I'm all ready for Saturday. Their game against the Alabama Crimson Tide. So, I was glad to be here, glad to have you there. Don't forget, every Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time, 9, 10 a.m. WUBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. Get together right here on the radio. We pick games, football games, basketball games, any kind of games against the spread. You can watch the rebroadcast on YouTube about 4 hours after the program ends every Friday. I also put it up on my Facebook page. Become friends with the MeatMan on Facebook. Dave Scandaliato, DAVESCANDALIATO. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you never miss an episode of Sportsline Radio, whether it's live that you can listen to at PelicanSportsTV.com. You get the app like I got the 9, 10 a.m. WUBR app. Just go to the App Store and put it 9, 10 a.m. WUBR CBS Sports Radio. I guess you don't have to put the CBS Sports Radio, but 9, 10 a.m. WUBR. And, hey, I was glad everybody was here. Don't forget, you can always contact me, 1-833-MeatMan, 1-833-MEATMAN, 1-833-MeatMan. You can always send me an email, dave@meatandpotatoes.com or dave@payafteryouwin.com. Thanks for everybody who watched and listened live or the rebroadcast. And like I said, my name is always Dave, the MeatMan Scandaliato. I'll see you in 167 hours right here on Sportsline.